We stumbled upon the idea of cooking raw bananas during our stay in Vietnam, thanks to our Vietnamese housekeeper who served us a delightful banana soup. Inspired, we decided to experiment with 3 raw banana recipes back home. First, we need to peel off the outer layer of the banana skin. Gently slice a thin layer without removing the whole skin using a sharp knife. We do this to get rid of those unappealing, dirty-looking dark spots on the skin. The only problem is that the banana latex sticks to everything like glue.
Add some oil to your knife before you cut your banana so that the latex will not stick to your knife.
So our plan to stop sticky banana latex totally backfired. It clung onto everything, turning our banana skins into a not so pretty mess. Seriously, how did Zach do it? She must have some kind of a secret water trick. If you got the tips, spill them in the comment below. We could use some banana wisdom right now. We placed the sliced banana into a pot of water and cooked them for 15 minutes. After draining, we set them aside. Belly pork is not really my favorite part of the pig. It's too fatty, but Zach used it in her soup, so we follow suit. I told Francis to trim off as much fat as he could. Then he sliced it into long, slim strips. We thinly chopped some garlic followed by the onions. We believed that Bombay onions would lend a nice color to the soup. However, as you'll discover later, that turned out to be a mistake. When using fresh turmeric, we always line our chopping board with plastic to prevent the color from staining the board. Fresh turmeric is an important ingredient that Zach uses in her pork belly banana soup. To prepare it, lightly mash the root with a stone pounder. Next, we are going to pan fry the sliced pork until it crisps over low flame. Francis finds this process time-consuming. I suppose you could skip this step, but we must follow what Zach did, as I told Francis. So patiently, we waited until the pork turned golden brown and oil from the fat starts to ooze out. Can you see how much oil there is? There is always a good thing that comes out of patience. We managed to remove more fatty oil. It's now time to put all the ingredients together, starting with frying the sliced Bombay onions until they're tender. Francis loves to use the wok flip technique to turn the frying ingredients without stirring. It's a technique I have never been able to master. If I tried it, everything would fly out of the pan. Next, we added the garlic, the fried pork slices, and finally the smashed turmeric. For seasoning, a good splash of the fish sauce is added. Finally, we incorporate the cooked bananas with water. Add chicken stock powder until it suits your taste and let the soup simmer for 20 minutes. As I mentioned earlier, our mistake was using too many Bombay onions, which has turned the soup an unappealing dark brown. I hope it will taste better than it looked. It's tasting time!
Let's try this unique dish. Very soft, definitely very tasty and tastes almost like potato,
As Francis mentioned, it tasted like potato, which then inspired us to create a second recipe to explore this potato theory. What better way than to make banana cutlet or patties? One recipe from YouTube caught our attention.
Banana cutlets!
This recipe is easier than our banana soup because it doesn't require slicing the outer skin. Simply boil the bananas with their skin intake for 15 minutes.
Coriander.
While the bananas are cooking, we pluck off the coriander leaves and chop them. Next, we slice some ginger and chop that as well. Adjusting the heat, we remove the seeds from the chilies. Although the original recipe called for cumin, coriander, and additional chili powder, we decided to skip those. Our goal is to test a simplified version with fewer ingredients. When our cooked bananas have cooled enough to touch, it is time to peel the skin. The skin comes off easily from the flesh of the banana. Next, we use a potato smasher to smash the bananas. Surprisingly, we found the flesh to be firmer than expected. Now I understand why the original video uses a pressure cooker to boil the bananas, to soften the flesh. We tried to smash harder, but some bits are just unmashable and won't break. After adding a spoonful of butter, we did some serious kneading, but those banana bits are stubborn like donkey and refuse to break. Pressure cooker, you're moving up the shopping list. In goes the chopped coriander, a spoonful of chilies and a teaspoon of ginger. For seasoning, we added chicken stock powder and black pepper. Feel free to adjust them to your taste. Then we incorporate corn flour to help bind the mashed green bananas better. Knead all the ingredients until well mixed. Francis shaped the mashed green bananas mixture into individual portions resembling balls. He rolled and flattened each ball into 1 cm thick patties. Within minutes, we had 8 colorful yellow patties with green and red dots ready to be pan-fried. We pan-fry the patties until both sides turn golden brown over low flame. The sizzling pan filled the air with the aroma of coriander and chilies. It was very fragrant and we couldn't wait to sink our teeth into them. The patties weren't crunchy on the outside but had a surprisingly amazing taste. A fragrant blend of all the fresh ingredients.
Tasty, yummy, umami, coriander, the chili, freshness of the banana, it's so unique. Perfect.
This test confirms that raw banana makes an excellent potato substitute. Later we wondered how it would pair with curry. Thus our third test involving raw banana, chicken curry, and it will not be an ordinary curry. Why isn't it an ordinary curry? At least to us it's far from ordinary. We decided that since we had never eaten raw banana with curry before, we might as well cook a curry unlike any we've tried before. This particular curry hails from Indonesia and its local name is ayam gulai. First, we prep the bananas. This time we are using a local banana called berangan. It is more expensive, but we wanted to see if there is any difference in taste. We also took note that Sak did use it for her cooking. We boiled the bananas for 15 minutes, drained them, then put it aside. The original recipe also asked for chili powder, but we are not going to use that. We will make our own chili paste using fresh chilies so we can control the spiciness with the chili seeds removed. Feeling too lazy to pound, we toast the ginger into the food processor, add oil and ground everything into a paste.
Curry powder, serbuk curry.
Next, we added some water to the curry powder and stir it until it turned into a paste. The recipe called for sour cream, but since we didn't have any, we improvised by using milk and vinegar. Next, let's move on to frying. Begin by adding oil to the pan, fry the cinnamon, cardamom, cloves and star anise. After that, pluck the curry leaves and fry them with the spices until they become crispier than potato chips. Next, add the chopped shallots, onions and garlic. Continue frying and stirring until they are tender. We need to warn you in advance that there is a lot of muscle power needed in this recipe. Then we introduce the curry paste. Put it all in and start mixing. Here we go again, more stirring and muscle power. Luckily, it's Francis doing all the work and I just filmed the show. Following that, we incorporate the chili paste. The recipe wrote, stir until the oil separates. Easy, right? Wrong. The oil clung to its chili body. Francis stirred so long he could almost make into the world record of stirring marathon. But nope, the oil was committed to its chili relationship, so we simply moved on and tossed in the chicken. The recipe also wrote, continue stirring until the chicken oozes water and dries up. Seriously, we thought? It was already so dry now, so we cheated. With added water, we continue frying the chicken. More stirring and tossing until it reaches the desired dryness. Next, we added coconut milk and continued stirring. Then comes the sour cream, or in our case, sour milk. When it reaches boiling point, we finally add the hero of our dish, boiled raw bananas. We let it simmer and then add more water because we feel it needs more sauce. In goes the seasoning, salt, sugar and black pepper. Finally, we add dry roasted shredded coconut, locally known as kerisik. We continue to stir from time to time until the chicken becomes tender. And there it was, our masterpiece, chicken and boiled raw banana curry.
Banana. It tastes so beautiful, sweet, and it's just so soft.
And the curry was rich with an extraordinary taste. It turned out to be the best we've ever made. Subscribe,
Share and comment. Thanks for watching.